U.S. title battle royal for number one contendership. They made a point to bring out Titus O'Neil, got his own entrance. Corbin got his own entrance. I'm trying to remember. I think that there was Sheamus got his own entrance. So I'm looking at who's in there, and I'm thinking, okay, you have Cruz and Corbin.
I thought it was Cruz.
So Corbin already won the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. I thought, okay, it's going to be Cruz. And then he'll get to carry the U.S. title for a little while and kind of make a name for himself. I thought also that could be the League of Nations, ends up fighting for it at the end.
Mm-hmm.
I had somebody in mind that I wanted to win it. I thought Rusev. I thought this is where he made his bones with the U.S. title. Maybe it's time to say, you know what, we really messed up with him the last year. Let's get back to what was working with him. Then over the course of the match, Corbin gets thrown out like he didn't really matter. Cruz gets thrown out like he didn't really matter, which I thought was weird, this being the new era and all. But then it ends up being the 3 League of Nations members and Zack Ryder. I thought, okay, this is kind of weird. They're going to just throw Ryder out, and it'll be the 3 of them battling it out. Then it ends up Rusev and Ryder, and I thought, that's pretty smart booking too, because you might think there's a chance of Ryder winning based on what happened with the Intercontinental Championship. So I thought it was a smart way to do it. Now, you said you actually liked the Battle Royal. Highlight of the show, one of the highlights of the show.
I thought it was awesome. Like I said earlier, I said 2 weeks ago how they don't do the right thing every week, where we have 2 mid-card titles, a women's division title, a men's heavyweight title, and a tag title. There's 5 belts, and sometimes you'll get nothing to do for 3 hours with any belt. Maybe we'll talk about the Intercontinental title a little bit, and then nothing else. Or maybe we'll see the tag titles get defended and nothing else. You don't see the U.S. title even touch the screen. Roman Reigns won't be in the main event. He won't have nothing to do with the main event. The main event won't be to be a number one contender against his title. So this, I think, was awesome. We saw every title had a storyline throughout the show. So the U.S. title for this whole year hasn't been relevant at all. It's been on the pre-show for the last 3 or 4 pay-per-views. So the thing I loved about this, one, it wasn't like just a random put-together Kalisto's defending it against R-Truth. It wasn't
whoever.
It wasn't him against Sheamus. Like, where'd Sheamus get the title from?
Somebody had to go out and earn
exactly.
the shot.
One, I'm a big fan of Battle Royals. 2, I love when they put them on free TV. I thought it made sense because while watching this match, there were several different times where I was like, well, he could win. Oh, wait, he could win. So at first, once they do the entrances, Titus O'Neil, he was the first one that got the TV entrance. So I was like, okay, that makes sense, and this could be their apology.
Right.
You're going to win. Then Baron Corbin came out, and then I was like, wait a minute. They could make him look really strong. He won his last Battle Royal he was in. He could win this Battle Royal, and then he could keep the U.S. title for a couple months, and next year at the Royal Rumble, this guy's a beast in Battle Royals. So I'm thinking, well, he's going to win. So the third and last entrance you get is Sheamus. So I'm looking at the match as it's going on. Who I really wanted to see win was Sin Cara. I was like, it would be awesome because...
Teammates against each other?
Yeah. What are you going to do? That match is going to be awesome. It's going to be a cruiserweight match.
No, that'll be a botch fest.
Match would be great. It'd be great.
That'll be a botch fest.
Were you happy with Rusev pulling it out, though?
Well, just going through the match, how it went a couple times. I mean, when it gets down to the final 5, you got the 3 guys from League of Nations. You have Sin Cara and you have Zack Ryder. I was surprised when I saw Sin Cara go over because I figured it would make sense to turn them against each other. They're not doing much as a team. So when he goes over, I was like, okay, cool. They're just going to throw Zack Ryder out, and then you're going to have these 3 go. And Zack Ryder ended to the 2. So I figure, if they just beat him down and throw him out, he's where he's always at. But they made him look strong, and I was happy it wasn't Sheamus. I thought it would have made better sense to, Rusev made sense to win. So the match was good. I was happy with the result. I was happy with the way the whole match played out.
I'm glad they're putting emphasis back on Ruru. Because... thank God the League of Nations is over. I couldn't take it anymore. And with those 4 guys that were left in the ring, it made sense for Rusev to win. Sheamus and Del Rio, as they do get lost in the shuffle, they're already somewhat made guys. Both men have been world champion numerous times, and both are former U.S. champions.
Well, yeah, they made their way up. They're up here already.
Yeah. And Del Rio's already had his match with Kalisto.
Yeah. So Rusev, he's the one that still can be made. and getting back the U.S. title and giving it prominence and getting heat back like when he did have the title will put him back on the map. And Rusev is an amazing worker, and then you get Lana back when Lana could still go back to her being in charge. Go back to her being in charge of him. It could be great for a great heel dynamic.
Or he'll win the belt, and then on Memorial Day, Cena can come back and take it away from him.
No,
That's what you would book.
no, I want Apollo
You're a
Crews
baby
versus
face.
Rusev.
Yeah,
I want Apollo versus Rusev.
That's-
That'd be awesome.
I kind of thought that would happen, but I was hoping it would be Rusev. So I was glad that's how it turned out, and I thought that they booked it pretty well. I thought as well.
Yeah,
I was glad you were right and he was
No,
wrong.
I thought Apollo Crews could have won. He could have won the title, gave him a character.